Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. For the last two episodes of Road to Ranked, it's a brand new season. We're back in Master Ball tier, as you guys can see, and I am using the team that was able to get number 1 on the ladder in the previous season. It features things like Choice Band Rhyperior and Assault Vest Ferrothorn, so if you want to try out this team yourself, the code is linked in the description below. Let's just jump into today's episode, guys. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like, and we are up against a very, very scary team here. This is Wolfie's Colossal team, which I actually used in the Beast Coast tournament. So I know all the sets here, but that doesn't make things necessarily easier because it's just a very, very scary team to go up against. We also don't have Dark Pulse on this Rotom, which is bad. Meaning, like, Gastrodon walls us completely. So I actually think from my opponent's perspective, going for Colossal and Dragapult is a super safe lead. I think we actually have to get really clever if we want to win this game, to be honest. Yeah, it's not looking great. I mean, one thing we could do is actually just go with Rotom and Togekiss, right? And say, if you want to... I mean, the thing is that Togekiss doesn't do anything other than redirection support for Rotom for max overgrowth. And this is not bulky. I mean, the Rotom is decently bulky, actually, I should say. So I shouldn't say not bulky, but... I don't like the Trick Room route either. We don't have max Airstream on Dragapult either. I mean, I think we need Rotom. We need Ferrothorn for the Gastrodon. Oh, I guess we do have Energy Ball and Chandelier, so that's an option as well. I'm actually thinking of Rotom and the Rhyperior. And I'll explain my logic in just a second with Ferrothorn and Chandelier in the back. So the reason for all of this is Dragapult I'm not the biggest fan of because I don't do that much damage to the Colossal. And I'm also not the biggest fan of Togekiss because Colossal just one-shots it. So the idea behind this is Rotom and Rhyperior both pressure the Colossal with a one-hit KO on turn 1. So what I could do is actually like Dynamax, go for Geyser, and EQ. And if I could trade with the Colossal, that actually might be fine for me then. We know Colossal has max overgrowth, right? So we should be wary of that. And my Rhyperior will outspeed the Colossal unless you go for max. So like, one play my opponent could make is switch Dragapult out into the Gastrodon. You can actually even switch Colossal out into Gastrodon immediately and go for something like a Light Screen. But this is the lead we were expecting, so it's not the end of the world. If we KO Colossal, actually, Ferrothorn is a really good matchup, assuming Dusclops and Gastro in the back. Yeah, so I actually think it's pretty safe to go for Max Geyser and a Earthquake here. Yeah. There might have been a, like, I might not have needed to play super aggro. I could see Colossal switching out here. Dragapult's going to pull out the switch. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, into Gastrodon. I don't mind that. I mean, the downside is that my Dynamax is actually completely wasted now on Rotom, but I needed to put on pressure there, I think. We also could have maxed Rhyperior? No, I don't think Rhyperior even max takes a Surf and a max Overgrowth, though, so I don't like that too much. If we had max Darkness, I'd feel a little bit better, but I think... I want to say Band EQ still just KOs the... see if he does Dynamax, yeah. I want to say Band EQ KOs, but if not, I should have gone for max Darkness then instead. What the Max Geyser covered is if my opponent did stay in Surf and go for max Overgrowth onto Rhyperior to try to dunk that immediately. But us having Banded Rhyperior is actually very good for us right now. So let's see. Gastro is going to be a problem though, but we do have Ferrothorn for that in the late game. And Band EQ actually should still do a ton of damage to Gastro here as well. Unless the Colossal outspeeds Rhyperior. I know it's modest max speed, but this Rhyperior is pretty speedy as well. Yeah, we're faster. Okay, nice. Okay, great. So we get the Choice Band Earthquake off. Let's see if it's enough to one-shot Colossal here. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. Yeah, so that was actually a pretty safe play. I don't think my opponent had a great way around that. That's exactly why I led Rotom Rhyperior. I have to put on pressure against Colossal turn 1. And Band EQ actually two-shots Gastrodon, as you see, so we're in a really good spot right now. You probably bring in the Dragapult, but, I mean, Surf's not KOing us. You can't Dynamax anymore. I can max Lightning, even though, like, Rotom seems right. Yeah, okay, my opponent's bringing Dragapult, which is fine, I think. Even with Reflect up, I think Band EQ should just KO anyway. So I actually don't even want to bother switching out here. I think I just want to max Lightning and Earthquake here. Because we know the Dragapult sites. Reflect, Light Screen, Dragon Darts, and Surf, right? So you might Surf, but Gastrodon then faints. And then I KO'd the Dragapult. You can't Dynamax anymore, so I'm not worried about Gastrodon. And, like, if you Reflect, I'm pretty sure EQ still KOs, but if it doesn't, at least EQ plus Max Lightning should KO Dragapult. The Gastrodon's gonna opt for Protect, yeah, that's fine. It really comes down to if my opponent has Conkeldurr in the back. If they don't, they're gonna go for the Reflect. Okay, that's fine. If they don't have Conkeldurr in the back, then Ferrothorn just wins this against anything else, because the Togekiss does not have a Fire-type attack. I believe it's, like, Yawn, Dazzling, Follow Me, Protect. Oh, no, it has Air Slash, I believe, over Dazzling. I don't remember exactly, actually, but it definitely does not have a Fire-type attack. And I'm assuming this is just the rental team, because I think the Pokemon were in the same order. Man, Choice Band Rhyperior is really, really cool, though. Like, it's actually been so good for us in a lot of these matchups, and people just don't expect that damage output, because they always expect it to Dynamax. Great. The other great thing is actually, by setting up Electric Drain, this Gastrodon has Scald, Earth Power, Yawn, Protect. Yeah, Conkeldurr is the last one. So my opponent did bring the correct 4 to give them the best options, I think. But we have Chandelure with Energy Ball too, which is good, right? So I think I'm just going to go for the Max Lightning onto the Conkeldurr and just go for a Banded EQ. Even with Reflect being up, I'm pretty sure Gastrodon's fainting. I mean, that first Earthquake did like 66%. So Reflect does not decrease it to the point where we don't KO. So I think you might want to fish for a double Protect, but it's very difficult to win with Colossal teams if your Colossal gets KO'd turn 1 without doing anything. Like, my opponent just didn't get anything off their Dynamax. I have to say, I wasn't confident on the Earthquake damage calc there, but I was like, come on, it's like 4 times super effective, and we're Choice Banded, and we're running, like, the most offensive Rhyperior possible. That must be a crit, right? No, not even. Oh my goodness. Nice. If you're wondering on how you can beat Colossal stuff, well, we just 4-0'd one. So, yeah. I'm glad I was able to at least think of Rotom Rhyperior. And I think there's no better approach to that, because Rotom Rhyperior is just a pretty safe lead against anything. Because if you bring Togekiss, well, Rotom can just Max and Lightning to one-shot you. As you saw, it beats Colossal stuff pretty hard. I think Gastro coming out as a lead puts on more pressure, right? So something like... Yeah, this is just the team. Something like Gastro and Dragapult. I think if I'm playing a best of 3 and I'm in my opponent's shoes there, the adjustment I make is going Dragapult Colossal. Or sorry, Dragapult plus Gastrodon. Because what you can do with Dragapult plus Gastrodon is you can set up screens, and you can actually Dynamax Gastro. We're up against the ranked 25 player here, so... Actually, I haven't lost the game yet, but our win streak might finally come to an end. Another Colossal team, though, but... I don't... Does Milo have a way to activate Colossal's weakness policy without doing too much damage to it? Because, like, Surf obviously does so much damage. Sash Colossal, by the way, is actually something that people have been using with weakness policy Dragapult. I actually kind of expect that right now. So, I expect that for 2 reasons. 1, there's no way to activate a weakness policy really on the Colossal. And 2, Dragapult here is next to a Sylveon, which has Self-Quick Attack. So, if I'm expecting that, I have to be very careful. Going up against Dragapult is still pretty scary for this team, which is crazy because this team was able to hit number 1 on the ladder, so clearly it has a pretty good matchup, but still have to be wary. The other thing about these Colossals is that they often run Explosion, so I actually think I bring Chandelure because I can Dynamax that against Dragapult, and even if I get brought down to my Sash, I'm willing to trade Dynamax if I get to one-shot Dragapult in return. I'm thinking Chandelure. I think Rotom is essential in this game, but I'm not sure I want to lead with it. I'm fairly committed to Dynamaxing Chandelure, so I'm not sure I want Dragapult either. Do I want Rhyperior? Probably not. Okay. You can make a decent argument for Rhyperior because it is Choice Banded. My opponent does not have much for Banded EQ, but Rotom walls me decently hard, and I like Pharaoh's matchup against the Rotom. I like Pharaoh's matchup against most things, actually, outside of the Colossal and the Conkeldurr. So those are the Pokemon that we're trying to target down here. Let's see if it is the Focus Sash Explosion stuff that I was talking about. That's something that a bunch of Japanese players were teching in recently, and it is going to be Colossal and Pult. Okay. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? Obviously, the Dragapult can just Surf here. I tunnel vision so hard. When I saw the Dragapult and the Milo, that's so funny. Man, my brain just went, my mental just went boom there. That's super funny, actually. But it's actually fine. I actually still think it's going to be the explosion stuff, to be honest. I really expect that. But one safe play is I actually might want to Trick Room here. I mean, the alternative is Dynamax Chandelier, but if my opponent is actually Dynamax Colossal and just surfs, that would be bad. I'm going to cover my bases here by Trick Room Follow Me. That's so funny. I was like, how do you activate the weakness policy? Yeah, obviously the Dragapult. Okay. But like I said, weakness policy, Dragapult plus Focus Sash, Colossal is becoming a thing now too. Colossal maxes though, which makes me think it's just going to be attacking. But the thing is, this is actually totally fine if it's just Surf and Vocalith, because I get Trick Room up and I get Rotom in. But I could have just gone with the same lead as the last game. That would have worked out swimmingly fine, especially because there's no Gastrodon in this game. I can't believe I just played Dragapult Colossal and I literally just like didn't... Yeah, there's Surf. Okay. So standard stuff here, but it's all good. Oh. Yeah, it was honestly totally fine with me. Because Rotom really packs a punch against my opponent's team. The question is what we do this next turn. Because there should be a Vocalith coming out right now into Togekiss. Yep. I don't know how I tunnel vision so hard there. That was interesting. Like, I guess I like totally... Like, I saw Dragapult, but it wasn't next to Colossal, so I just like did not associate those two Pokemon being a pair there. Which is so odd. It's a very fun experience. Either way, the Rotom right here lead would have just destroyed this once again, but you know, now we get to see how a different way of approaching this matchup. So even if we lose this, it's a good thing to learn from, I think. But Rotom's a clear bring in here. So here I was trying to get you guys ahead of the metagame, and at last we did not get anywhere. So this next turn is interesting because obviously what I want to do is just max Geyser, but it's pretty free for my opponent to just max guard. I really actually want to double up onto the Dragapult slot. But I guess Shadow Ball, max... We definitely don't want to run. Nope. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball max Geyser is pretty safe, honestly. I think I'm still going to just go for that. The only problem with this is if Dragapult switches out. But nothing that you're switching out to puts on that much pressure against me. And it doesn't switch out, which is good. So... Worst case, I guess, is Dragapult going for Dragon Darts, but if you do that, then I get a free switch in. I guess if Conkeldurr's my opponent's last one, I'm still not in a good spot, and they should have Conkeldurr in the back. I should have just gone with Rotom right here. I don't know why Tunnel Vision's so hard in this game. Especially after literally just destroying Dragapult Colossal in the last game. Well, that's bad news, folks. I guess I should have scouted for that. Unless it doesn't have Overgrowth, or Overgrowth doesn't one-shot us. Which might be a possibility. Good play. I didn't even consider Ally Switch. He does go for Vocalid, so we at least will survive. Okay. Makes me think he's physical. Okay, it comes down to whether my opponent brought the Conkeldurr in the back or not. I also have to predict the Ally Switch once again here. This Pult's not going to have Protect. I don't think my opponent goes for it again, but that's exactly why they would go for it again. If I nail it correctly, I do just pick up a double KO, and if my opponent has like Sylveon, Rotom in the back, we win. We have 3 turns of Trick Room left. Tricky. Do I read Ally Switch again? I kind of think they go for it, honestly. Mainly because our opponent's high ranked. I feel like normally people won't go for it again, but I'm going to actually make the read and say they go for it again. Okay, well, that's fine too. Okay. So we'll Geyser, we'll KO the Dragapult here. Yeah. That doesn't make a difference for us, but now it does give my opponent a free switch in. And I don't really have a great way to knock out Colossal. Like, Pharaoh's not going to be able to one-shot it, even after Dynamax. Ally switch was good. Yeah, Rotom right here would have worked. I was like so tunnel vision in this game on it not being weakness policy Colossal, and I just like for some reason thought the Dragapult was definitely going to be offensive. Kind of a funny thing actually. It goes into the psychology of seeing a team preview. You know, I feel like if I saw the Dragapult and Colossal like right next to each other, I would have been like, oh, of course it's Dragapult Colossal. It's just super funny that that happened in the first place. It is Milo. That gives us a shot. That gives us a big shot, especially if it's Sylveon as the last one. I actually think I switch out here into Ferrothorn. I want to max Lightning so bad, but I think I have to Geyser anyway into Vocaloid. Do I? 2 turns of Trick Room left. Yeah, I mean, I need a KO that. I'm just worried about Life Orb Muddy Water from Milo one-shotting Rotom in Rain right now, but I think we go for the KO. Because even if he... I mean, he's not going to protect. He's not going to switch out either, and I need a KO that because that thing still puts on pressure against Ferrothorn. As great as getting a Max Lightning off would be here if the... Like, because my opponent just protected last turn, so we're not going to protect with that slot this turn, right? If it is Life Orb Muddy Water, though, we just feign here, I think. He Scald. Does that KO? Okay, good. Doesn't. No burn either. Okay, nice. Actually, I mean, I could have just stayed in and Max Lightning Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball. And that actually would have just won the game, but the problem with that is Muddy Water is more common than Scald on Milo, so I didn't feel super confident in that play. Unfortunately, we will faint from the rocks here. But I think I needed to go for a KO, because my win con here is hoping Conkeldur's not the last Pokemon. I guess if it were the last one, well, let's see. If it is the last one, I mean, rocks are over. I don't know the name of that. It is Conk. Okay. Well played by my opponent. Rotom and Rhyperior would have just demolished this from turn 1. So I should have just gone with that route. Last turn of Trick Room. We can actually maybe win this if... Well, I don't think Power Whip when it KOs Milotic, unfortunately. But Power Whip Shadow Ball is our only out here. If we crit the Power Whip, you Dream Punch Ferrothorn, Shadow Ball to a KOs the Conkeldurr or gets a special defense drop. So funny in this game that I saw Dragapult Colossal team preview and I just like had a mental brain fart. But we all make mistakes sometimes, so to capture that is just a funny one. But yeah, he's gonna actually protect Conkeldurr. Double protect? No. I mean, if Power Whip... No, it's not going to one-shot here. There's no way. Oh, so close. If we get that KO, I actually think we win the game, too. That's unfortunate. That was super close. Yeah, I actually think it's better to not protect there with the Conkeldurr. I also could have won the game by staying in with Chandelure, but like I said, I... can't do that in good conscience. Maybe I can actually because... No. What if I stay in and I Max Lightning Shadow Ball, you... No, because then the problem is that the Colossal can just protect again. So it was unfortunate our opponent had Scald in this game too, but... Yeah. We know we have a good answer against Dragapult Colossal, so I just need to make sure if I see those in team preview, I associate them with each other. It's so weird, because, like, I feel like I normally gravitate towards, like, a Water-type Pokemon first. Like, I look for, like, Primarina instead of Dragapult. And in that team, like, I saw Sylveon, so I was like, oh, it's going to be, like, Weakness Policy. And I was, like, so sure it was going to be the Explosion stuff. Especially because a lot of players... Although, I guess, if you see a Japanese player, they're more likely to run that, and my opponent wasn't Japanese. Mainly because that was, like, a tech that a bunch of Japanese players come up with. Anyway, that was a really funny mistake to make, but it happens. Okay, third game of the day. Barrow looks really good here. As long as we avoid fire-type attacks from Togekiss and Tyranitar, if they are even carrying it, and I guess potential fighting-type attacks from Serena. T-Tar X-Go is like a decently safe lead here for my opponent. I don't have like great counterplay to that. One option is to just lead Dragapult, Rotom, Max Steel Spike, Hydro into Tyranitar. I actually don't think I dislike that too much. I don't like Chandelure in this matchup because of the sand. And just Tyranitar. So I'm actually thinking Dragapult Rotom with Banded, Rhyperior in the back, and AV Pharaoh is the last one. You could make an argument for Togekiss. It does have Heat Wave, but without Babiri Berry, I'm not very confident in it. So, let's see. I can't believe how bad I butchered that last one, though. If we went with the same mode, and I went with Rotom Rhyperior, I make the same play where I just go for Earthquake, Max Geyser. And my opponent didn't have any switch-ins to Banded EQ in that game as well. And the other thing is that the EQ covers Ally Switch shenanigans as well. So I think in that position, you most likely Surf. Actually, my opponent didn't even have a Grass-type attack. They didn't go for it onto Rotom, so that would have been super, super free for us, yeah. So let that be a lesson. If you see Colossal and you see Dragapult, even if they're far away from each other in the team, that's like the first time I've been psyched out by that, honestly. I don't know why I was so hard stuck on it not being weakness policy stuff. Yeah, I just saw the Milo and I was like, okay, that's the only thing that activates weakness policy. It disguised it a little bit better, because other teams are so blatantly Dragapult Colossal. And that one, like, I don't even know. Okay, my opponent goes with what was expected, which is T-Tar Excadrill. So I think I'm just going to go for what I was saying, which was Dynamax, Steel Spike, and Hydro Pump Tyranitar. I mean, I could actually Dynamax, Rotom, and Geyser, right? Well, that's not a bad play either, is it? Huh. Yeah, because I could actually see my opponent Dynamaxing Tyranitar and going for Rockfall. So I could, like, Phantom Force the Excadrill and Max Geyser, or just Dragon Darts it. I kind of like Phantom Forcing a little bit more. I mean, like, Pharaoh's the main name of the game in this one, right? I don't also want to risk missing a Hydro Pump, I guess, is my other fear. So, yeah, I think I'm actually going to opt for the Phantom Force, the Max, and the Geyser. Let's see. We max first, so Excadrill's not maxing, which makes me think T-Tar is maxing, which was kind of what I was anticipating. And I guess it's fine if Tyranitar maxes. It's still pretty scary, but if it didn't go for a Rockfall and I went for, like, best case scenario is Max Darkness into Dragapult. But I think you normally Rockfall into Rotom here, expecting me to change the weather. Wait, what? Okay. So he's activating his own weakness policy, but he didn't Dynamax, so he takes 60% of damage. I mean, I'll take that. Even if you're going... You don't knock out Rotom even with a +2 attack. I'm Phantom Forcing, so I'm thinking you're, like, Rock Sliding here. And I changed the weather, so now I just outspeed and KO both this next turn. No Dynamax is really interesting there, because you just do so much damage to yourself. Yeah, okay. So Sash and Weakness Policy, I mean, the most common items on these two mons. That's not surprising. Yeah, just Rock Slides. Okay. I mean, even with +2 attack, this does, what, 50% at most? A little bit more, actually. Alright, that was a crit. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to just Geyser here. Let me just double check. Like, my opponent obviously has resists, but Geyser KOs through Protect, and none of the Pokemon in the back wants to take a Life Orb, Max Geyser, and Rain anyway. So, yeah, I'll do that. Could see something switching out. Excadrill is definitely going down should it stay in. I'm actually glad I didn't go for Dragon Darts, because if I did, I would have fainted on Dragapult, and I would have given my opponent a free switch in. They're in a really awkward spot right now. Of course, the one advantage is that they'll have the Dynamax advantage over me in the latter half of this game, but I'll take it. Although, if I actually just went for the Steel Spike Hydro Pump play, like, since Tyranitar just maxed, we would have just KO'd that and just wrecked it with Dragapult, but he actually switches in Rotom, which is fine. Double switch, actually. Okay. Ooh, Togekiss. I mean, that Togekiss does not want to be taking a Max Geyser and Rain. I wonder if it one-shots it, actually, as Phantom Force does just around 50% to Rotom. Okay. If we one-shot this thing, like, that would be incredible. Nice. Okay, that's super good. And that's really good for a bunch of reasons, because now it's like if you bring in the Tyranitar, well, you change the weather, but I can just change the weather back with Rain. And if you bring in the Excadrill, you have to switch out the Rotom in order to get the speed boost. So, I mean, the question is, who does my opponent Dynamax in this game, right? You would think the Rotom, most likely. The Excadrill switches in, but we can pretty freely go for Dragon Darts here, I think. Yeah, Dragon Darts. I mean, Rhyperior or Pharaoh should clean this up for us, especially Ferrothorn. Let me just think things through. Dragon Darts is always safe here. I think it's better to go for a Max Geyser onto Excadrill always, rather than target Rotom, because if we KO Excadrill, we'll have the speed advantage for the remainder of this game. Okay, my opponent just forfeits. Nice. Well, it's under 30 minutes, so that gives us time for another match, so why not? You guys have been treated to like 4 matches for a lot of these episodes, but I'm not all for it. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Man, we lost one time with this team, and it was because I was an idiot and saw Dragapult and Colossal in team preview and literally didn't think that Dragapult and Colossal were going to... Like, I was so hard set on Explosion. That's just so funny. I'm a noob for that one, but we all make mistakes sometimes, so you guys get to witness that. Oh my goodness. Alright. Up against Emilio for our next game here. No Dragapult Colossal. I really wanted to see it again to get redemption against it, honestly. After just wrecking it in game 1. Rotom looks really good here. We need fire against the Pharaoh, so I think Togekiss is actually a good late game option here. We have Lumberry as well, but I'm not sure how helpful that is. Excadrill is scary because it's most definitely going to be a Mold Breaker. We could theoretically still go Dragapult here because we are a weakness policy set. And there's a decent chance our opponent activates the weakness policy. So like one option I'm thinking of is like Dragapult plus Rotom. Because the Rotom exerts pressure against the one thing I really don't want to go up against, which is the Milo. Yeah. I don't like Rhyperior too much in this matchup. Mainly because, I mean, it's not terrible, honestly, but yeah, Milo being faster and just scalding us, or Muddy Watering would be scary. So I'm thinking of Chandelure and Ferrothorn as in the back. I guess the question is, how good is Ferrothorn? Normally, by having it in team preview, my opponents need to bring as many good answers around it as possible. Which means Conkeldurr. So actually, that's kind of what happened in the second game, right? I had Ferrothorn in team preview, and it scared my opponent enough. And my opponent does have, like, Conkeldurr and Togekiss, which might have a fire-type attack. And Arcanine, which is, like, 2 really big physical attackers that Ferrothorn doesn't want to go up against. So for that reason, I'm not going to bring it because I'm leading with the Rotom, which at least pressures my Milotic. This might be a mistake, but we'll see. Scary team for my opponent, though. It's got a lot of bulk. It's just Ferrothorn and Milotic. Okay. It's not great. It's not terrible either, though. I mean, honestly, we could Dynamax, and because we're Life Orb, right? So what's stopping me from just Dynamaxing, going for Max Phantasm onto the... Well, I guess Wormwind for the attack drop onto Ferrothorn. Yeah, that makes sense. Unless my opponent maxes Ferrothorn, or sorry, Milo, which could be possible. Like, the play I'm leaning towards is Dynamaxing, going for Max Wormwind. Yeah, that's going to activate competitive, but Life Orb Thunderbolt should just destroy the Milotic anyway. So I'm going to go for that. We'll see if they Dynamax Milo. I think there's a decent chance they do, but if they don't, this is a very good turn 1 for us. And I'm not that worried about my opponent's Ferrothorn, because I have Heat Wave in the back. I have 2 Heat Wave users. So, yeah, I needed to bring all the anti-Pharaoh in this game. I don't mind this lead too much. It's relatively passive. So, yeah, I mean, I guess Milo's decently likely to Dynamax. Okay, I got exactly what I wanted here, which is Milo not Dynamaxing or protecting, because we should just KO now. Beautiful. Pretty sure. So, giving Milo's a competitive boost is always scary, but in this case, it shouldn't even be relevant. Unless it's, for some reason, Scarf, but slower than... Alright, he does have a Berry, but... I'm pretty sure Life Orb T-Bolt KOs that. Be shocked if it didn't. Like, most Milos go max HP and defense. You're kidding me. Oh, I actually hung on with 1 HP. But he coils! Oh, thank goodness. I think my opponent was reading into me, like, going for maybe, I don't know, a nasty plot there. That's so good for us. And he misses Leech Seed. He targeted Dragapult there. That is really interesting. Okay. We take those, though. We absolutely take those. I mean, I can't believe Milo survived that. I think it probably had less defensive estimate than normal and more Inspidef. But, yeah. Coil is honestly surprising. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Kind of risky. Either way, though, that's a great turn for us, so we definitely take those. Question is whether I want to go for a defense drop now, and I don't think I really care about those. I'd rather go for attack drops just to make sure that does, like, no damage to me. So I think I'm just going to launch another Max Wormwind, KO the Milotic. And I actually kind of prefer to switch out here into Togekiss, mainly because Rotom's really good against what my opponent has in the back, and it does absolutely nothing right now. I could set up a nasty plot, but I would eat up a grass-type attack in return, so... Oh, that was... I can't believe it hung out. Like, the thing is that if we do knock out Milo there, we're in such a good spot. Now the downside is I'm committing another turn of a Dynamax attack to just KO Milotic, which is not what we want to do. I could have stayed in, gone for Phantasm onto Ferrothorn and Thunderbolt onto Milotic, but I don't think you ever go for a Steel-type attack onto the Rotom slot. It's probably... Yeah, okay, Power Whip. Perfect. So -2 attack, Power Whip does 20 damage. Actually, more than I anticipated, if I had to say, honestly, but... I have 2 Ferrothorn answers, and they're basically fully healthy right now, so that's good at least. Togekiss is pretty scary to see here, though. It is... Because what you can do is Dynamax and Airstream, and I'm worried about it being weakness policy. Like, I'm definitely Steel Spiking here, I think, into it. Phantasm works too, I guess, but... I think Steel Spiking is fine. Like, I'm just going to max Steel Spike and Heat Wave here, I think. I could have went for Follow Me, but I don't think I really... Yeah, I think you always Dynamax the Togekiss here. So now the question is, are you weakness policy? Actually, you don't KO with the Starfall anyway, and Ferrothorn stays in, so Heat Wave should just KO that, and that's not doing any damage to us, and Thunderbolt should take care of Togekiss once we've gotten chip damage against it, but the main thing is if it does go for a max Airstream, we'll get a speed boost. So the worst case scenario here is its weakness policy, and I activate the weakness policy through going for a max Steel Spike, which I might. Ferrothorn smartly protects as well. That's fine, because I still have Heat Wave with Chandelure in the back anyway as well. So it's not Babiri Berry, which means normally Scope Lens or Weakness Policy, although Lumberry is actually getting increasingly common as well. So let's see. Defense boost obviously doesn't help against Togekiss at all. Okay, no Weakness Policy. But they do correctly go for Max Airstream, which is smart, into Togekiss. Yeah, that was actually a very good play on their end. Pharaoh's not doing any damage to us, though, which at least is good. We can stall out this Dynamax relatively easily as well, with Chandelure being the last one, and us having KO'd Milo, and Chandelure having a Focus Sash. I still feel fine about my spot. And we get a burn on Togekiss, so RNG has definitely been on our side in this game. Okay, so Dynamax ends, but that's fine. He's at +1 speed. I mean, it's pretty safe to just go for Follow Me here. And I honestly think you're inclined to switch out the Ferrothorn. Right? I should still KO Togekiss, though, because I win the game by KOing Togekiss. I don't want to risk missing Steel Wing, though. 90 accuracy. Phantom Force does 135 with Stab, though, right? And Steel Wing's 140, so I guess Phantom Force is fine here. There actually might not be a need to Follow Me. Yeah, because if you KO Dragapult, that means I stick around with Togekiss, which is good. Which means I get to Follow Me for the Rotom. So actually, yeah, I'm just going to Heat Wave here. I don't really care about Dragapult going down here. It's going to offer another Max Airstream, which means it should be into Togekiss, yeah. I could have switched out there, but I don't really see a reason to gamble there. Yeah, especially because Crit Kiss is decently likely. If I switch out, Rotom takes a Crit Airstream. It's actually not very good for us. So didn't want the possibility of that. So I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. We get the Phantom Force off. I still have to think about this next turn, though. You know what would have been a pretty interesting play? Self-Leech Seed there. I think I'd probably just bring out Rotom and Protect here. Yeah, because once Togekiss Dynamax ends, it doesn't really do much damage against Chandelure, so... Protecting here is pretty safe. It's like an obvious play, but... Because Togekiss is faster than us right now anyway, it can't target Dragapult, right? And it's slowly getting whittled away at burn. I'm surprised Ferrothorn hasn't switched out yet. But I can also see why. This should have been like a really clean win, but it really hasn't been because I mean the turn one was rough. Like we were fortunate at least, like Milo didn't go for like an Ice Beam or just a Hypnosis because we activated competitive, but missing that KO actually really sucked. And I was surprised, honestly. I thought we were guaranteed to have gotten the KO with the double up, but I guess because we're not Life Orb Dragapult, we do less damage than I expect as oh actually max guards. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I could have nasty plotted there to capitalize off that. That was a smart play. Yeah, and Phantom Force actually is blocked by Max Guard, in case you guys didn't know that. He's Iron Defense, that's fine. Okay, so it is Iron Defense Pharaoh with Leech Seed, so it's probably Body Press as the last one. And I'm not too concerned about that, mainly because I have Chandelure as the last one. Now, what I'm worried about is if my opponent has Arcanine as the last one on their end. Or sorry, not Arcanine, Excadrill. Sash Excadrill is my one concern, but I think it's fine because what I can do here is just Protect and Thunderbolt. Yeah, as long as I KO Togekiss, then Dragapult outspeeds any other last Pokemon in the back, and I can just go for Dragon Dart's Heat Wave to clean up the game against pretty much anything. Yep, she's going for Dazzling Gleam. That was a good max card. I forgot about that interaction, actually, of how you block yourself from... Okay, crits us, that's fine. If I had to guess, it's a Body Press, but my opponent's basically playing towards the Pharaoh Wincon, which makes sense. But it's not Assault Vest, we've seen. So Heat Wave should just destroy that. Power Whip. Wait, what is its moveset then? Oh, it doesn't have Body Press, right? Because it's Power Whip, Leech Seed, Iron Defense, and Protect. So this thing doesn't touch Chandelure. That's exactly why I brought both Togekiss and Chandelure in this game. I needed all the fire type attacks I could get. It is Excadrill, but that's fine, right? Because, well, my opponent wins off a flinch or a miss, I guess. That's their win con. There's no way around it either. I don't have a way to prevent it. I pretty much have to just Dragon Dart's Heat Wave here. And, I mean, the odds are heavily in my favor, but they win off a... actually, you would need the flinch or a miss. I don't care if I miss Ferrothorn here. Because Rock Slide, Pharaoh protects. Oh, that's even better for us, actually, I think. Yeah. Because we have Sash, I know I can take it. And Dragon Darts actually will go twice into Excadrill, and that actually does a fair amount. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he just lost for Earthquake. Well, that should be game then. No, we can still miss Heat Wave. Never mind. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I don't think I can risk Shadow Balling there. I have to Heat Wave. Okay. It's Life Orb. Okay. Okay, do we hit the Excadrill? Okay, thank you. 81% chance, though, to hit 2 Heat Waves. So, odds are in our favor, but they're not that high. Yeah, I was more scared of my opponent going for the flinch option, but I guess that the way they play that makes total sense. I don't have Protect, right? So there's no reason to not just go for Dragon Darts and Heat Wave. Just hope we don't miss. I can't... Whoa. I can't risk Shadow Balling there. It just doesn't do enough damage to Ferrothorn, so we have to hope to not miss. We also win off... Like, even if we miss Heat Wave, they could miss Power Whip or Leech Seed. But, obviously, it's basically a 1v1 at this point. Okay. Woof. Those moments are always super stressful. Nice. This game could have been very different. Although, actually, I don't think... Because Milo didn't Dynamax at plus... Even at +2, it doesn't KO Dragapult, and actually would have activated our weakness policy, so that would have been fine. Blind Hypnosis turn 1 would have been scarier, but... Yeah, I think like the reason why I wanted to go with Dragapult Rotom is just put on early pressure in terms of damage and go from there. So that was a really fun set of games. I really messed up that second game. Like we should have just swept through with just the Rotom Rhyperior mode, and it's just so funny to me because I went with that the previous game, and then like I tunnel vision super hard. But I've talked enough about that. You make mistakes and you learn from them. The game was still winnable as well, so it wasn't over by any means. And once again, like sometimes you have to just be in bad positions and learn how to play out of them. And in that case, like I definitely, found an option at least. The Ally Switch was the main thing that was cheeky. Like without Ally Switch, I think we actually win that pretty comfortably as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Though, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Go check out the team, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.